What's up, guys? Power Maniac 720 here, and I have for you today Game 3 of my top 8 best of 3 set with Michael Jivetime Lanzano. So I ended up taking Game 1, a pretty close game, but it came down to some, the fact that I had Rock Slide, which is nice. And he took Game 2. He played really well. He roosted at the perfect time when I protected. He set up Tailwind really well. Not really well, but at an opportune time. And he just outplayed me. And my team's just not bulky enough to take attacks under Tailwind, so I basically have to either match the Tailwind or hope he doesn't get Tailwind up, because if this team's pretty frail and hits, it's just supposed to go hard and fast, so if it's not going fast, it's not going at all, because it's just going to get O-code, which is unfortunate. But it's just like the play style I like to play, so let's get right into it. So, Game 1 I led Sun, Game 2 I didn't bring Sun, I just brought Shiftry. So Game 3 I decided to go back to what was working, and I led Shiftry and Ninetales. Now, my opponent leads Landorus and Zapdos, which is fine because I can match Tailwinds again, which is really nice. And also, Ninetales does really well against both these Pokemon in the Sun. Not really well, but it hits them both pretty hard with Heat Wave. So my battery's about to die. But I switch out Ninetales immediately because I feel like I should conserve it in case I need it. I don't want it to take a Rock Slide right now. So I just immediately set up the Tailwind. I don't even go for the Fake Out because I don't want to get U-turned or something and lose a ton of health. He goes actually for the Earthquake, which is a really good move, and I actually really wasn't. I don't know why I didn't switch in Immense there. That's such a horrible play on my end. So I go for the knockoff because I want to get rid of this stupid Assault Vest so I can actually hit it with Heat Waves. Then I go for the Rock Slide because I really like this team, like I said, because it's so fast, and fast Rock Slides are really fun. It does just enough damage to make him eat a Citrus Berry, and it actually flinched the Landorus, which is fine. And he goes for the Hidden Power onto my Shiftry, which actually Shiftry survives, which I was pretty surprised about. So Landorus switches out, and I actually went for the knockoff on that spot, hoping that he would switch it. Hoping that he would switch something in and not wanting to lose the Landorus. And it worked out that I was Cress. And then I actually survived the knockoff, the Rocky Helmet damage at 1 HP, which is also really nice. And I'm able to get off another Rock Slide, which isn't going to knock out the Zapdos, but it's going to do a really nice chunk to it. And Zapdos just goes to Hidden Power. And surviving that with 1 HP was really big because Terrakion is my only way to deal with the potential Heatran in the back. So this next turn was really big. Now that Shiftry's gone, it's pretty much my only way to deal with the Crest. So now I really have no way to deal with Crest. So I figured he's going to try and conserve it. So I went for the close combat on that spot, figuring either A, Kangaskhan's coming in, or B, Heatran's coming in. And luckily it was Heatran that came in. Because if I didn't get rid of it, I just fainted. I needed to get rid of that Heatran. So I go for the close combat. Like I said, onto the Cresselia spot, which ends up being Heatran. I pick up the Oko. So at this point, I'm like, well, I have this match won because I still have Terrakion, I still have Ninetales at full health, and I have full health Mence in the back. But then I remembered he had Landorus, so I was still a little concerned because I had to hit a Heat Wave and a Rock Slide here. Heat Wave would knock out Landorus, and Rock Slide. Heat Wave plus Rock Slide probably wouldn't knock out Crest, especially now that I'm intimidated. So I go for the Heat Wave, and luckily I hit both targets. I cared more about hitting the Landorus, because then I probably would have lost. And I'm actually able to KO it, which is nice. And I go for the Rock Slide, and I actually miss it, which really sucks. Because then he's able to get the Moonlight off, which does, I think, heals 75% or 67% damage in the Sun. So he's right back up there. Really scary. And now my Sunlight fades, so I'm losing Sun-boosted Heat Waves. And I actually missed the first Heat Wave. And I go for a Rock Slide, which hits, luckily. And I believe I end up flinching the Crest here, which I guess makes up for the Heat Wave miss. And then he misses... I missed another Heat Wave, which was annoying. But luckily I'm going to hit this Rock Slide. And he's able to just Moonlight again. So, at this point I'm like, am I going to lose 3v1 to a Crest because of Moonlight? The one thing I had going for me is I do, like I said, I had Mence in the back, and also I got rid of the Rocky Helmet, which, really is going to help me potentially in the long run. So I'm able to hit the Heat Wave and a Rock Slide finally, both in the same turn. And I'm able to do a nice chunk of damage, actually with the crit, as Crest just goes for the Icy Wind, which is going to knock out my Terrakion. And all it does for Ninetales is negate its Scarf, so I'm still going to be faster than the Crest next turn. So at this point I know I've pretty much won because Salamence takes out Crest at this point 1v1. I mean, it's 2v1, but I know that Double Edge knocks it out from this range. And at this point, I'm pretty pumped too because, like I said, Michael Lanzano's a Worlds caliber player, so it was really nice to beat him. And I definitely think that he trying to switch him was really big because, I mean, I guess if I just rock slided, it would have been fine because I could have close combated him the next turn. But it definitely was a risky play on my end, and I'm glad it worked out. So hope you guys enjoyed that best of 3 set, and also check out my best of 3 set versus Matthew Coyle, aka Enfuego.